says, I've been following the Fearless Man channel for the last 2 months, and I'm glad I did. It's changed me for the good. I love that. I love hearing that. I'm curious if you can tell me your opinion and tips on talking in front of public, on a public stage. I'd love to actually put a class on this because I love speaking in public. Since you do this for very often, I guess stepping into the tension and being relaxed in your body and plays a huge part. And is there anything else? Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of little skills that go into being a good public speaker. Tension is one of them. Being able to step into tension and being relaxed in your body, relaxing, letting that tension flow through you. But the next one is, another huge one, is emotional access. And this is true with women. So anything I'm going to say here, think about it with women too. I'm trying to stop a sneeze. But emotional access is huge. What I mean by this is, can I express from my emotion? Am I standing up there? Am I turned on for what I'm doing? And typically when I'm on stage teaching, I'm turned on for what I'm doing. I want you guys to get it. I'm excited. My body's alive. I feel on purpose. And it feels really good. The next piece that I think is very, very important is that you're feeling the audience. Can I feel their emotions? And I kind of look at the audience in sections. If it's a small enough crowd, I'm looking at individuals, and I'm kind of talking to sections of the audience where it's a little more asleep sometimes and waking it up. And I'm trying to get the emotion from more alive parts of the audience to spread across the audience. So I'm feeling. I'm not just talking, I'm feeling everybody where they're at, and I'm adjusting what I'm saying based on what I'm feeling. If, for example, I'm feeling and the audience over here feels a little disconnected, then I might speak to that part of the audience and bring a little more tension to wake them up. I might tell a story that has a little more deep feeling in it to get people to get more emotional. And I'll adjust and I'll bring stuff at different times. And so this was a challenge for me on YouTube, because when I first got on YouTube, I couldn't feel people. So I had to learn to surrender and just start doing that on my own and start trusting that it would affect people. But in general, on a live audience, I'm always checking in with where the audience is at. And I'm always checking in with what I'm feeling. I never just pre-write a talk. I have basic bullet points I want to cover, but I never pre-write a talk and just stick to that pre-written talk. I go for it. And I step into it a little bit at a time. I can use the bullet points, but then I kind of adjust. Let's say this a little better because that was kind of vague the way I said it, but I use the bullet points and I kind of adjust how I talk about them based on what I'm feeling from the audience. I pick out stories from my life or experiences or things I've seen that fit that bullet point. Sometimes I'll use the standard story that I might use with it, but other times I might switch depending on the reactions from the audience. I'm a little more fluid because I know the key to getting to think about this, the key, and this is true with women too, to getting the audience to respond is getting them emotional, getting them feeling something, not logically thinking something, but feeling something. And so you got to be willing to play and adjust a little bit on the fly to do that. So hopefully that helps, Daniel. And that's true with women, man. You get out there and you start learning to feel emotions with women and get them to emote, and you start learning that takes stepping into some tension. And then think about it this way. When you step into that tension with a woman, if you relax a little bit and then a little bit more, inside the tension will be some emotion. Because the tension is the conduit. For those of you that can get this, the tension is the conduit. When I'm looking at you, there's a conduit of tension. And if I don't go in my head and I sit with that tension, it's like a channel from me to you. If I relax into that conduit, it's just like if I have a hose and there's water inside, the water represents the emotion and the flow of emotion between us. If I just stay with the tension, it's going to be a little probably too thick. But if I relax a little bit, I'll start to feel maybe your joy, your sadness, your curiosity, or I'll feel something from you. And I start to play and talk to that a little bit more. I think a lot of people do this unconsciously, but that's basically how it works. It's also the same as if you have like a wire, the wire representing the tension, the electricity representing the emotion. So when you connect with somebody, look at them, if you relax a little bit, you can start to feel that they have, whether you're reading their subcommunication or what, that's you start to feel their emotions a little bit. And we could talk about whether you're actually feeling real emotions, or you're just reading subcommunication, or you're just reading all kinds of little signals they're giving off. It doesn't matter. The point is that it happens. I've been doing it for years and I can feel it. Okay.